Friday morning news with CBC Radio Jim Martin.
The United Nations Secretary General is urging Canada to get more ambitious targets in the efforts to fight climate change. Juan Moon sat down with the CBC as political leaders gather in Lima, Peru for talks about a new international treaty. Susan Lund has the story.
The UN Secretary General praised the United States and China for their recent deal to cut greenhouse gas emissions more deeply than before. Canada has not said if it will match the new goal from the U.S., but Ban Ki-moon urged Canada to follow other countries taking bold action.
I strongly urge Canada to become very ambitious and visionary for the global future of people and
He also pointed out that even oil-producing Arab countries are moving to renewable forms of energy, such as wind and solar. The federal environment minister joined the negotiations Monday in Lima, Peru. Countries are trying to come up with a draft agreement that will be finalized and signed next year in Paris. Susan Lund, CBC News, Ottawa.
The federal government is failing to fulfill its commitment to resettle 1,300 Syrian refugees by the end of this year. That's according to newly released figures from the Immigration Minister, Chris Alexander. Laura Lynch reports.
For months, Chris Alexander has faced questions about whether he would meet the pledge made in July of last year to bring 1,300 Syrian refugees to Canada by the end of this year. Now, he has released new figures in response to a written question from NDC MP Paul Dewar. The document states 457 Syrian refugees were resettled in Canada as of mid-November. But Dewar is skeptical that the number is even that high, and he doubts Alexander will keep the government's promise. Refugee groups have been warning for months it would be difficult to meet the target, given delays in processing applications. Next week, nations will gather in Geneva to issue new pledges to take in even more Syrian refugees. Laura Lynch, CBC News, Toronto.
We're learning more about the online extortion case involving Canadian teen Amanda Todd. The 15-year-old took her life 2 years ago after relentless online blackmail and bullying. CBC's Fifth Estate has obtained a security report from Facebook. It contains information about the man who cyber-stalked her, demanding to strip for him online, or he would send a topless picture to her family and friends. Carol Todd is Amanda's mother.
It's a sick person. It's someone that's preying on innocent children. Right? Something we wouldn't do.
The report also says the suspect targeted more than 75 individual victims from around the world. A Dutch man was arrested by police in the Netherlands earlier this year. You can watch the full documentary on the Fifth Estate tonight at 9 o'clock. That's on CBC television. Authorities in BC have now laid 4 charges against the man arrested in the shooting of an RCMP officer in Kamloops. 36-year-old Kenneth Nelson faces a count of attempted murder as well as assault and firearms charges. Corporal Jean Michaud remains in critical but stable condition in hospital. The 30-year-old officer was shot as he approached a car he stopped in a residential neighborhood. That was early on Wednesday. The suspect was also wounded, but BC's police watchdog says it's not a serious injury and it has decided not to investigate. Today marks 1 year since Nelson Mandela's death. There are various events, including 3 minutes and 7 seconds of noise, followed by 3 minutes of silence. A total of 6 minutes and 7 seconds, symbolizing the 67 years Mandela served South Africa as a guerrilla fighter, prisoner of conscience, and politician. And that is your latest CBC News. I'm Carol McDowell.